Right now, as you are watching this, millions of Americans are living in areas where the risk of a major natural disaster is higher than it has ever been. Not according to some doomsday blog, according to NOAA, according to FEMA, according to the data that emergency planners actually use. The 2026 Natural Disaster Outlook is out, and what it shows is not a single threat in a single region. What it shows is a map where the danger zones are expanding, overlapping, and in some cases, arriving faster than communities can prepare for them. Today, we are going to walk through that map. We are going to talk about wildfires, hurricanes, earthquakes, tornadoes, and flooding. We are going to look at which states are most exposed, and we are going to talk about what practical steps you can take right now, depending on where you live. Stay with me through this entire video because the section at the end, covering preparation by disaster type, is the most actionable part. That is where the real value is. Let's start with the numbers, the data behind the threat. Since 1980, the United States has experienced more than 400 weather and climate disasters that each caused at least $1 billion in damage. Let that sink in for a moment. 400 separate billion-dollar disasters in less than 50 years. But here is the part that should get your attention. Nearly 3/4 of those disasters happened after the year 2000, not spread evenly across the decades, concentrated in the last 25 years. The total damage figure from 1980 to 2023 is over $2.7 trillion. Hurricanes lead the losses, followed by severe storms, droughts, wildfires, and flooding. And FEMA's National Risk Index adds another layer to this picture. More than 60 million Americans now live in counties that face high disaster risk, meaning those communities are not dealing with one type of threat. They are dealing with several at once. A coastal city might face hurricanes, storm surge, and flooding all in the same season. A western town might face drought, extreme heat, and wildfire in the same summer. The map is not simple anymore. The threats are overlapping. So let's go through them one at a time. Wildfires. The West is burning longer. Wildfires have always been part of Western ecosystems, but what we are seeing now is a different scale entirely. According to the National Interagency Fire Center, the United States averages around 60,000 wildfires each year, burning between 7 and 8 million acres annually. And during the worst seasons, those numbers climb significantly higher. The fire season that used to run for a few months during the hottest part of summer now begins earlier and stretches well into fall. In some regions, experts are describing it as a near year-round condition. California gets most of the headlines, and for good reason, but the risk extends well beyond its borders. Oregon, Washington, Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, and Idaho have all seen increasingly destructive fire seasons over the past decade. One of the biggest drivers of damage is what researchers call the wildland-urban interface. That is where neighborhoods sit directly beside dense forest or brush. When a fire reaches that boundary, it does not slow down. It accelerates, moving from trees to homes within minutes. Wind makes it worse. Under the right conditions, embers can travel miles ahead of the fire front, igniting new fires far beyond the original blaze. That is why containment becomes so difficult so quickly. And the impact does not stop at the fire line. Smoke from major wildfires spreads across multiple states, creating dangerous air quality conditions that affect millions of people who never see a flame. If you live anywhere in the western states, fire is not a distant risk. It is a seasonal reality that requires active preparation. Hurricanes, faster and more powerful. The Atlantic hurricane season officially runs from June through November, but the most powerful storms tend to form during the late summer and early fall, when ocean temperatures are at their peak. Warm water is essentially fuel for a hurricane. The warmer the water, the more energy a storm can pull in as it develops. And meteorologists studying ocean temperatures over the past decade have identified a troubling trend. Hurricanes are intensifying faster than they used to. A storm that once took several days to develop into a major hurricane can now do the same thing in 24 hours under the right conditions. That is called rapid intensification, and it dramatically reduces the warning time communities have to prepare. The states most exposed to hurricane damage are well known: Florida, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, North Carolina, and South Carolina all face repeated threats depending on the storm track each season. Florida is particularly exposed because large portions of the southern part of the state sit only a few feet above sea level. Storm surge, which is the wall of seawater pushed inland by hurricane winds, is often more destructive than the wind itself in these low-lying areas. Louisiana faces a similar challenge. Significant portions of southern Louisiana sit below sea level, which means flooding from both storm surge and rainfall can be severe and long-lasting. Texas brings its own set of risks. Houston in particular sits on flat terrain with dense urban development, creating conditions where both storm surge from the coast and rainfall-driven flooding can affect enormous numbers of people. Even storms that do not make direct landfall can dump extraordinary amounts of rain well inland. Rivers overflow, urban drainage systems fail, neighborhoods can remain underwater for days after the storm has passed. The lesson from major storms like Katrina, Harvey, and Ian is that the water is usually what does the most damage. Preparation has to account for flooding, not just wind. Earthquakes, the threat that strikes without warning. Earthquakes are different from every other disaster on this list in one critical way. There is no warning, no forecast that gives you days to prepare, no track you can watch on a weather app. When it happens, and what comes after can be devastating. Two regions in the United States carry the greatest earthquake risk. The first is California, where the San Andreas Fault runs through large portions of the state, marking the boundary between two tectonic plates that grind slowly past one another. Urban areas like Los Angeles and San Francisco sit near this fault system. Millions of people, dense infrastructure, transportation networks, power grids, pipelines, communication systems. An earthquake powerful enough to cause widespread structural damage in either of those cities would affect not just the people inside them, but the entire region that depends on them. The second major risk area is the Pacific Northwest, where the Cascadia subduction zone sits offshore from Washington and Oregon. Scientists believe this fault is capable of producing an extremely powerful earthquake, one that could also generate significant tsunami waves along the coast. Unlike storm threats, you cannot evacuate before an earthquake. Preparation has to happen before the shaking starts. Securing heavy furniture and appliances, keeping water and food stored, having backup power, knowing where to shelter and how to communicate when infrastructure fails. For anyone living near a major fault system, the question is not whether preparation matters, it is whether you have done it yet. Tornadoes, violent and unpredictable. Tornadoes are among the most violent and least predictable natural disasters in North America. Unlike hurricanes, which can be tracked for days before they make landfall, tornadoes often develop with very little warning. They form when warm, humid air collides with cooler air masses, creating unstable atmospheric conditions that can produce rotating columns of wind extending from storm clouds to the ground. The central United States has long been known as Tornado Alley. Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas, Nebraska, Missouri, and Arkansas are the states most commonly associated with significant tornado activity during spring and early summer. But something has been shifting. Meteorologists have observed a gradual eastward movement in tornado activity over the past decade. Areas in Tennessee, Kentucky, Mississippi, and parts of Illinois are seeing more tornado events than in previous decades. The destructive potential of a major outbreak is staggering. During one severe outbreak in 2025, more than 100 tornadoes formed over several days, leaving dozens of people dead and causing billions of dollars in damage. The most powerful tornadoes, rated EF4 or EF5 on the enhanced Fujita scale, produce winds exceeding 200 miles per hour. At that strength, entire neighborhoods can be flattened in minutes. The most important thing you can do if you live in a high-risk area is to identify the safest location in your home before a storm warning ever sounds. A basement or interior room without windows. Know exactly where you are going before you need to go there. Flooding, the most widespread threat of all. Flooding is the most common natural disaster in the United States. It happens in virtually every region of the country, not just the coasts and not just during hurricane season. It can happen because of heavy rainfall, overwhelming drainage systems, because rivers overflow after storms, because hurricanes push water inland through storm surge. The cause varies, but the result is often the same. Midwestern states located near large river systems like the Mississippi and Missouri face some of the highest flood risk in the country. These rivers drain enormous portions of the continent, which means heavy rainfall hundreds of miles upstream can eventually affect communities downstream. Floodwaters may rise slowly over hours or days, but once homes are submerged, the damage is extensive. Electrical systems fail, structural materials weaken, mold begins spreading within days of water entering a structure. Then there is the flash flood, which is a different threat entirely. Flash floods develop when sudden storms drop large amounts of rain in a very short time. Streets, basements, and low-lying areas can fill within minutes. People caught in vehicles in flash flood conditions face immediate danger. According to official data, floods are responsible for more property damage in the United States than any other type of natural disaster. And yet flooding is often the threat that people underestimate most because it can seem gradual and manageable right up until it is not. How to prepare based on your threat. The most important thing this map tells us is that preparation needs to match the specific threat you face. A one-size-fits-all approach does not work when the risks are this different from region to region. If flooding is your primary risk, your focus should be on protecting your supplies from water damage. Store food and emergency gear on higher shelves or upper floors. Keep important documents in waterproof containers. Maintain water filtration supplies because floodwaters frequently contaminate local drinking water. Have an evacuation plan ready if authorities issue an order, because acting early is almost always safer than waiting. If you live in hurricane country, the preparation window is the key. Once a storm is 48 hours out, gas stations empty, store shelves clear, and traffic backs up on evacuation routes. You need to be ready before the season starts. That means stored water, non-perishable food, backup power, reinforced windows if you stay, and a clear decision in advance about whether you evacuate or shelter in place. For wildfire regions, defensible space around your home is the starting point. Clear dry vegetation, wood piles, and debris. Keep N95 masks or respirators available because smoke can become dangerous well before flames reach your area. Have a bug-out bag ready with essential supplies and documents. And keep your vehicle fueled because evacuation routes during a wildfire can back up fast. If tornadoes are your risk, the shelter matters most. Identify the safest room in your home. Keep emergency supplies there. A helmet, blankets, water, a flashlight, and a first aid kit. When the warning sounds, you want to move immediately without having to think about what to grab. For earthquake preparedness, the work happens before any shaking begins. Secure heavy furniture and appliances to walls so they cannot fall. Store at least 2 weeks of water. Keep shelf-stable food that requires minimal cooking because gas lines may be shut off after a quake. Maintain backup lighting and communication devices, and keep sturdy shoes near your bed because broken glass and debris are common after a major earthquake. Some final thoughts. The 2026 disaster map is not a prediction. It does not tell you that your home will flood or that a tornado will hit your street. What it tells you is where conditions are trending in a direction that increases risk over time. 60 million Americans now live in counties facing high disaster risk. Many of those communities face multiple threats simultaneously. That overlap is what makes preparation more important than ever, because the question is no longer whether disasters will happen in your region, but whether you will be ready when they do. If you found this video useful, please share it with someone who lives in one of these high-risk areas. Hit the subscribe button if you want to stay current on preparedness content like this. And check the link in the description for the full article with the interactive disaster map so you can look up exactly which threats apply to your specific county. Stay ready out there. We will see you in the next one.